What's good, everybody? I just wanted to make this video for anybody that has a 2G Eclipse and is looking to get into some XXR wheels. I just want to go over some fitment and what you should be aware of when purchasing the wheels. So here we are. Here's my 2G Eclipse. Completely stock. Suspension is 100% stock. It's not lowered at all. And I went with the 527 XXRs. As you can see, we have some gap, not a whole lot, and this is sitting on stock suspension. Now the wheels here are 18-inch by 8.75 in the width. The offset is a plus 35. Now this is going from a stock. The rear is also the same as the front. Now stock on the 2G Eclipse, as you probably know, sit on 16-inch wheels with offset of 45 by and 7-inch wide. So going the 18 by 8.75 is a pretty big jump. So I was pretty concerned on how it would fit and how it would, if I was going to have any rubbing or scrubbing issues. And there sort of was a little bit of rubbing. So if I was like on the freeway and so if I was on the freeway and I was going like any faster than like 60 and I hit little bumps, it would rub in the front. No, I'm sorry, the front wouldn't really rub, but the rear would rub. So so with these wheels, if you're gonna go 18, you're gonna have to not necessarily get your fenders rolled. I thought I was gonna have to get my fenders rolled, but actually I had my fenders, the piece that people do roll, my guy actually cut them.
Mr. Fender lip right there.
There is some rubbing, so like when I would go over bumps, if I was going like on the freeway is where I would really feel it. So if I was going like any faster than 60, I would rub a lot. For some reason, you could still see the mark a little bit, but I would rub on the rear left side, not really on the right for some reason, but just this side. So with the 2G Eclipse on the rear fender, there's some metal right behind this fender that actually sticks out and downward, and that's what will rub and tear into your tire. So most people, I think, roll those, but the guy that I went to actually said it would be better to actually cut them and then sand that area where he cut to make it smooth. So since doing that at full compressed length, suspension travel, there's no rubbing at all, and you can fit a credit card through, so there is clearance. Now, so that's one thing for sure. If you're gonna go with the XXRs, if you're gonna go big like 18 and you're gonna go wider than 8, then you're most likely going to have some modification to the fenders, so that way you don't tear up your tire. Now if you don't care about that, that's fine, but I honestly I hate that sound because it's so loud. But and it's just no fun, not only in a straight line driving, but also like if I took a corner really hard, it would rub a lot. It'd be a loud scraping noise, and over time it would just tear into your tire. So it's just no way to drive. So I would definitely recommend doing that. So the front fender is different than the rear. There's actually nothing to roll or cut, but my guy did tell me that there's a fender lining, and if you tighten the bolts up, it actually pushes the fender lining up further, so that way you don't have rubbing there. But as you might be able to see right here, sometimes if I'm booking it, it'll rub in the front. It rubs on the fender right here, but it's really rounded and not sharp and jagged, so it's not really gonna ruin the tire. So if you're going to be running anything really wide, like mine is an 8.75, there was a little bit of concern of the wheel interfering with the knuckle on the back side. I was doing a little bit of research on the forums, and they said that I might have an issue with the wheels rubbing on the knuckle. But fortunately, with the 35 offset, I have just enough space. I can't even fit my whole finger between the tire and the knuckle, but I can tell and I can feel that there's enough space that it's not going to rub on the knuckle. Now it all comes down to, you know, how wide of a tire you also have and the type of tire that you have, because all tires are different. But I have the Federal Super Street 595s, and I'm running a this is a 235/40. And yeah, so just know if you're going to do anything less of a spec that I'm doing, you'll be fine. But if you're going to do anything wider than what I've got on, or maybe if you do the same spec as me but you run a wider tire, you probably are going to have to put a wheel spacer on. You just might hit the knuckle. But as the car sits right now, the wheels work. I have no need for wheel spacers or anything like that. Just all good. Just had to do a little bit of fender modification, which wasn't bad. Cost like $50 for somebody to do it, and now she's sitting pretty. But yeah, pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of like make this video so you guys can, because I know when I was like sort of when I was looking into the wheels, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh man, I kind of wanted a certain look. I wanted to go with like a 20 offset or something where the wheels stuck out a lot. But honestly, I'm glad I went with the plus 35, because a plus 20 would have just really stuck out way too much, and it kind of would have looked weird. And at that point, you probably want to get like some, you know, kind of get some fender extensions or whatever you want to call them to, you know, give it that wide body look. But yeah, so I hope that this video kind of gives you guys a better visual, a better idea of what you could fit on your car without having to do any crazy modifications to make the wheels work. Because nobody wants to get wheels and then like they don't fit right, and you got to do a whole bunch of stuff just to enjoy them. You just want to be able to get them, slap them on the car, look at it, and drive it. So if you're gonna go this route with 18s, it'll work. Just know that you'll have to get some fender modifications, but if you go any less than me, you'll probably be good, and you might not have to cut fenders or roll or anything. But hope this guys helps you out. Stay tuned. I'll be in the next video. I'll actually be driving the Eclipse, and I'll review sort of how they change the handling and the performance of the car. So stay tuned, y'all. Peace.